My name is Vaclav Havelka. I'm from Czech Republic, Praga. When I was like 19 or something, I kind of started to feel like expressing myself with music or something. And I always felt like I wanted to sing, but at that moment it was quite terrible. So since then I started to improvise and play the guitar, but in that moment I just felt like I just don't want to play like the normal songs. I don't want to teach anybody else's songs. So since that moment I started to write songs. But that was again like pretty terrible, like, you know. Then I moved to England for 2 years, and there I just discovered that that I wanted to like sing in English because of the freedom of communication. I'm also like I pay attention to the lyric. It's very important to me. It's like half of it. It's like when I have the good lyric, then I I'm looking for the sound, and that makes a song. I'm always playing the guitar, but the most important is the lyric, basically, when I decide. And when I returned to Czech Republic from England, I moved to Prague. So I started to meet people and whatever, and I started to play in clubs here and there, like under the name of Selfbrush. I should try the more things I'll try, the better for me, like no matter what, you know. So I was playing like with metal bands, with punk bands. People were like spitting on me and like shouting, you know, and just they don't like, you know. And it was always because like those guys, they picked me, you know, like they said like just go and play, we like you, so let's go and play. But these people like who come to see the band, they don't understand that. Then I had this friend in Prague who helped me basically to record the first record in the kitchen of his flat. But he just kind of like didn't understand the approach, like the DIY, whatever, lo-fi thing. And he forced me to kind of like overproduce the songs. We like started to play right after finishing the record with the band. And the songs that I wrote on the acoustic guitar sounded like a rock group, which I didn't like. So we stayed like that for a year, and this friend of mine came to me and he said like, look, years ago I met this guy in Italy, some Massimo Sartor, from the band One Dimensional Man, whatever, and forget about everything, like quit the band and go there to him. He doesn't know you, but go there and he'll get the best out of you. And I had like some songs ready for recording, so we went to meet Massimo. We spent almost a week in the studio. It was just amazing, like, you know. I sat on the chair like in the middle of this rubbish everywhere, you know, and he told me just play. So we did the recording, and he told me, okay, so here we are, come back in 2 months and I'll record some stuff into it. And I went, okay, great. And we spent another week just improvising in the studio, and he just did a great job. He like, you know, like out of blue. And I released it in Czech Republic on my own label, just with the help of a friend. there was this post-rock, like pure instrumental band from another small town called Some Other Place, and these guys, without even knowing about like any like tortoise or like post-rock scene at all, they were playing in this small town. They were playing this beautiful, soft, like spiritual instrumental post-rock. The reason why they did it, it wasn't that like they felt like doing it because they weren't like inspired by it. They didn't even know, but they just didn't have a singer. I played this festival, and they played after me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What do you mean? Like, you know, it's impossible. You can't just do this. Like, it's crazy. And they were like, yeah, we liked your stuff too. You know, it's like incredible. You play like alone with the guitar and you know whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but I liked you too. And they, you know, and then it came, you know, so like, okay, let's try something together. But before we even get to meeting for the rehearsal, they called me and said like, we're having this show in Prague, you should come, and we just should try to do something. I'm like, no, this is impossible, I just can't go to join you on a show and sing out of blue, like it's, you know, I mean, I have something, but you know. So we did it. It was total like freak out. I just, you know, it's such I had never felt such a joy from singing with somebody. And after that, I just felt like I have to try it. So I started to go to their city. We started to write songs, and out of this, now I have a band called Please the Trees, and we just released a record in December. Again, like on my own label, and it's great. I really like it. But for touring, it's very flexible, like the thing I do solo, so I keep both projects alive, and whenever there's a chance to play, I just go with the band or solo, and I'm really happy because I never felt like I'll be able to meet such people. I'll be so happy with to play like in a band. I just felt like it's impossible at one moment, you know.